Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 477 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Let's go with a couple DC film updates before some Snyder Cut stuff. So anyway, the first one is this little video Instagram. I'm guessing this is from a journalist in regards to Birds of Prey. She got this little box as an invitation to, to the Birds of Prey premiere or showing.
Ooh.
I'm thinking it's a premiere.
Here's my invite.
It's probably the premiere because
So
it's literally
fun.
right around the corner.
Okay. Oh my god. It's Harley's hyena. I think in the second trailer we learned his name was Bruce. Oh my god, I love it. Look at that collar. So Harley-esque. I love it. I wonder if it says anything. Yeah. It's Bruce.
So nice touch with that little box invitation there. You get a stuffed Bruce hyena doll. So that's kind of cool. And so it just goes to show that we're getting really, really closer to the Birds of Prey. Embargo will probably lift, and then we'll all find out what critics think about Birds of Prey, like we care. But in any case, the embargo will be lifted, and then, people start going to see it, early screenings and things like that. Probably none here in Hawaii, but, we'll wait and see, So looking out for that. That is the next DC film that is coming out. Birds of Prey, February 7th. This other thing showed up today as well. This is coming from Deadline. Justice League Dark. Bad Robot, developing film and TV projects based on Warner Brothers DC Comics. This is from Anthony D'Alessandro. Exclusive. I hear that Bad Robot, through its new deal at Warner Media, is exclusively developing both film and TV ideas based on DC's Justice League Dark Universe at Warner Brothers. This deal is all very nascent, and at this point in time, there aren't any specific projects or characters that are being specifically developed out of the franchise. I understand that Bad Robot's head of motion pictures, Hannah Minghella, and head of television, Ben Stevenson, will soon be taking meetings with talent reps and their writing clients on which characters will get their own projects. Now, I'm sure you all know about Justice League Dark. It's going to have Swamp Thing, John Constantine. It says right there, Madame Xanadu, Deadman, Shay, the Changing Man, Zatanna being as part of that, those as well. So, again, this is also early, so it's not specific yet if Bad Robot boss J.J. Abrams will be directing any of these projects. Minghella, on the feature side, will work with Warner Bros. President of DC-based film production, Walter Hamada, while Stevenson will work in correlation with the Warner Bros. Television Group, including President and Chief Content Officer Peter Roth. So, and so on and so forth. So, there is that's very interesting. I mean, I like seeing that. I think after Guillermo del Toro almost made Justice League Dark, that's a property that lots of people are excited about and want to see. I personally love Keanu Reeves as John Constantine, so if they can make him come back, that'd be pretty damn sweet. But if not, it's okay. But it goes to show that not only Greg Berlanti is going to be involved with TV-based projects on HBO Max and stuff like that, but there is Bad Robot. This is the first sign. This is the first project mentioned that Bad Robot is doing in terms of DC based film projects, right? Because this channel is mostly about film, not really about TV. I want to say that J.J. Abrams is not only doing the Justice League Dark. I'm pretty sure he has other films and TV ideas, and one of those is just Justice League Dark right now. And he's expanding that roster of films and TVs that he's going to put out on either HBO Max and also in the film world. So What I'm really excited to hear is a Superman movie, but we'll get hopefully we'll see that later on. It's probably one of the whispers that people are going on and talking about. Justice League Dark seems to be on that. This should make anybody who's a fan of Justice League Dark, Swamp Thing, Zatanna, John Constantine, all these characters, pretty happy. This is our horror-based Justice League movie. I mean, hey, Scott Derrickson, if you want to make a horror-based comic book movie, maybe Bad Robot will let you do what you need to do. Of course, I know a lot of people are like, don't bring any more Marvel directors here and stuff like that. He's still a person, he's still a director, and you can see that he was unhappy over at Marvel. Maybe Warner Brothers can make him happy instead, but we'll see. In any case, Justice League Dark, very interesting. I'm probably not as exciting as like Justice League, the original Justice League, but it's still great to see that the film, areas are probably going to be expanding. Will they connect though? That's how we can, really try to see what's going on over there at Warner Brothers. Will they actively try to connect with DCEU? Is it going to be its own thing, kind of like what we're thinking Matt Reeves the Batman is, what Joker is, or at least just these separate little story universes with the same characters, like how they're saying Birds of Prey is and stuff like that. So we'll see as time goes on, but it is interesting that, it's intriguing to see more projects being talked about, especially old projects that are coming back to the forefront. In this case, Justice League Dark, and finally seeing Bad Robot doing actually something in Warner Brothers right now. So, still hoping to see that Superman, but maybe, later on in the year. So this is kind of exciting indeed. But people are still talking about the Snyder Cut, about the other Justice League movie, right? And just to excite us a little bit more, Zack Snyder went ahead, just went on Vero today and posted this picture of Ryan Choi, director of nanotechnology, Star Labs. That's right, that is what we believe is the actor Ryan Zheng, who was going to have his debut in America as a superhero. Well, he doesn't turn yet, but we have, it's just a little hint and a little cameo before possibly his debut later on in the DCEU or later on in the other Justice League movies. We're not really sure what Zack had in mind for Ryan Choi, the Atom. Right, so and that's a mystery in itself. How big of a role was he? Did he have a lot to do in this movie? Will he have a lot to do in the upcoming movies within the Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy? Who is he talking to here? You can't really tell. There's some guy in a trench here. And maybe it's Commissioner Gordon. Who knows? That's the only one I can think of with a trench coat. It is something that we have not seen before, and more Star Labs, more revealing of this 3.5 hour epic, and it's something we're totally excited to see more and more of. And so Zack Snyder does not disappoint. He decided to put this out there and all, that there are more characters, there are more actors in this movie that need attention, and maybe even with his star power, we could get a lot of those Chinese fans over across the seas to say, hey, we want to see our fellow Ryan Zheng in a huge Justice League movie and actually be a hero, actually turn into a hero one day. So someone may even ask you, curious, Simon Colton asked, curious if he has a little accident in the film. And so Zack Snyder did reply saying not yet, meaning he really did had in mind possibly of having him go through that. Ryan Choi actually turn into the Atom probably in maybe Justice League 2 and 3. Because we know very little about 2 and 3. We know there's going to be a nightmare future. We know there's going to be some time travel. We know Lois dies. Things like that. We know that Lois and Clark has a kid at the end. But that's just little itty bitty snippets of the entire plot of 2 and 3. There could have been more heroes if we were just kind of finding out about the Atom, last year or the year before. I forget when it was revealed that Ryan Cho was there. That and we were finally just remembering him again, because he gets kind of, it's fine, because all these other characters kind of get lost between Martian Manhunter, the Dark Side reveals, and Ares and stuff like that, and so it's kind of cool to see this you kind of remember that, oh yeah, that guy, oh yeah, Adam was supposed to be in this movie too, and it kind of excites you because you finally realize, well, this is the first movie, man, the second movie, who else was in here, who is Green Lantern? That's one thing he has not revealed yet, who is his Green Lantern yet, and so that part's even exciting as well. But in time will tell, and possibly, hopefully, when we actually watch the movie, we can finally see it. Another thing he kind of revealed that I wanted to share. Marcus D said, "What song plays in your opening credit sequence, or is it an original score?" Zack Snyder says score. So we don't have that opening song. Everybody knows that Joss Whedon actually personally picked himself. Of course, maybe it wasn't even a montage like how Joss Whedon had put it together, and that's great. I love scores. I probably prefer scores than actual songs in a movie. You've got Hans Zimmer to have Man of Steel score and stuff like that, and his work on Batman v Superman. Then you got the fabulous Tom Hokenberg, Junkie XL, doing the whole score and using renditions from Hans Zimmer. You've got all that. You might as well just display it. One of the things that really bugged me and bothered me about Suicide Squad, because they had some great scores in that movie, but it was just buried in under all these pop music and stuff like that. So nothing wrong with that, but I personally, my own opinion is that I really love scores. I really love how the composer makes these music, and I really want to hear that more than actual pop music and stuff. Hans Zimmer, Harry Gregson Williams, Trevor Rabin, all these guys make incredible music, and it really, I want it more in the forefront. So it's great to see that, to hear that the opening credit sequence, which he has not revealed what it is, has the actual score in it. Has an actual score in it, and so I thought, to me, that was interesting. To me, that actually made me happy. I don't know if that makes you happy as well, but I would have loved to hear more of that. So, but that's not all. It doesn't end there. Zack Snyder popped another one out after days of really nothing, but Alfred, working at the abandoned Wayne Aerospace hangar, had to move workshop from Batcave as he and Bruce try and get Flying Fox to work. No room in the cave for such a big aircraft. So this is cool. We're finally getting another shot of the movie. We're finally getting Alfred in that, and a pretty extensive explanation for this scene, which is interesting that he went out of the way to say that. So, like anything, we try to read into it, and the first thing I saw was, man, this is the second time we've seen it in color. Like, okay, you're like, wait, we've never seen it. Well, we kind of did. We saw that one shot, and I'll have it pulled up here, where Commissioner Gordon's looking up at Batman, and that was in color. Of course, I don't know, it was a photograph or an actual shot of the film. It kind of looked like it was a shot of the film, but, I'm not sure. This one, however, is an actual screenshot from the film in color. in color. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, what does that mean, Chris? And some people, and I instantly just knew it, but I knew other people thought of it as well. This person here, I don't know if you can see it. Nice way to confirm it's in color, but please don't stop with the black and white stills. I adore them. And Zack Snyder says like that. So two things. He's probably confirming yes, it's in color, and yes, don't worry, I'll still post in black and white because it's just, I guess it's just how he rolls, right? So that's what I wanted to share with you, and that's why on this picture here I put it back in color. I know I had that one video where I discussed Real Anarchy's article where this one person theorized that the movie will be released in black and white because it keeps sharing in black and white and stuff like that, and other things in there. You can go back and check out that video. I disagreed with it. I said that would be interesting, and I would if that's the decision that Zack wants to do, then that's fine, but I feel like I won't be in black and white. I feel like it would be in color. I would rather see it in color, because you'll get that. Why would he reveal Superman in the black suit if everybody's going to be in the black suit because it's going to be in black and white, right? So I kind of like, I don't think that's really how it is, but that's a theory. That's your theory. Whoever wrote that article, I forgot already, and that's fine. That's cool. That's your opinion, and that's awesome. But I feel like this is in a way suggesting that no, my film's going to be in color. It has nothing to do with him posting in black and white. He is revealing right now. He's just kind of saying it right now. Hey, it's in color. Don't worry. Which I feel like that's kind of cool if it's a way debunking that theory. So that's great. It's in color. The other thought I had in mind when I saw this is like, oh my God, it's in color. Like, we've always tried to figure out why is he always in black and white, and I get it. And the pictures look beautiful. The way it's composited and having those shadows and stuff. When the picture is in black and white, it looks just great. I mean, because I went to some film school, and so we shot in black and white. We did pictures and motion in black and white. It's just how the professor had us start out with. So we always talked about shadow and lighting and stuff like that. And one of the things that Zack Snyder is really good at is that shadow and lighting and stuff like that. It's really and the compositions are wonderful. But aside from that, there was the other theory that maybe he couldn't post in color because there's some legalities involved, which was never confirmed. But it is interesting that he had posted this one in color when just a moment ago he posted in black and white. Now, does that mean that he posted this? Saw some people talking about a black and white and says, well, let me kill that really quickly and post this one in the second posting. Is there more to this? There were some suggestions, and I've seen it, that and this may be looking too deep into this, but when it says director, he emphasized there's a director here, and then on this other picture is working at the abandoned Wayne Aerospace hangar, had to move workshop from Batcave as he and Bruce try to get Flying Fox to work. No more room in the cave for such a big aircraft. I know it's such a big explanation, but people are referring this to, is he meaning that he's the director, he's moving his workshop, he's finally getting back into Warner Brothers, back into the DCEU, and because there is room to work on the big aircraft, which is his ship, his DCEU Snyderverse ship. And I saw that, I was like, wow, that's kind of reaching. That's pretty reaching, but with the double and triple meanings that Zack likes to do, not saying that he has done any of that here, I thought that was kind of interesting, and something to think about. Tinfoil, if you will. That's like major tinfoil. But in any case, it does talk about the color, and it does in fact look like straight out of the movie. He's putting sensors on the bat suit. He's working on the bat suit in the in that hangar, and that's awesome. I think it feels like we're getting really closer now. Just being revealed in color now, it makes you wonder what the next shot will be. What will come after that? Like, will we actually see another shot in color? Are we going to see a clip? Are we just going to get the announcement already? Or just going to get the reveal? Maybe we're just going to see the movie. I don't know. But it is an exciting time. Once again, Zack Snyder posting 2 shots from his Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I can't be any more happy about that. The other thing that happened today, and someone posted this, I do not want to, people jumping on him, so I might not share the person who shared this. I don't know if he wants that negative attention, but Untitled DC film. He put this out. There's an Untitled DC film, April 2020. He noticed that it has a plot in there. It has fueled by his restored faith in humanity inspired the exact summary of Justice League, right? And everybody was jumping on this. I even saw it. I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. But when you actually go into it, and you try to edit it, you log in, you edit it, and you have to submit it, and then IMDb will check it out, right? So when I went in and I edited, right? So when I went in and edited, I did this. I edited the plot. I just threw in Warner Brothers, please release the Snyder Cut, or I'm going to edit this further. And then you notice it's submitted by anonymous, meaning the first original person who put that plot in was submitted by anonymous. And now I got some heat over this, saying that, Chris, IMDb's got to approve it. You can't just do that. You can't just edit it and things like that. And I'm like, well, I did. I know I have to submit it. It may take a while for the approval, but maybe this person, anonymous, threw in there, somebody at IMDb approved it, and that's where it's sitting right now. But what's interesting is that just today, after finding all that out, the plot's gone. So IMDb did remove it, and I'm not joking. You can refresh this. Untitled DC film. So that plot is gone, and here you see you can add a plot if you want. Yeah. So I wish it was the other way around. I wish it said Justice League on there, but I think when that time comes, when we actually find out, when we get to see it, it's going to be a big deal. It will be an official one, right? It won't have a submission one like this. It will actually have the title in there, just like how the original Justice League one has. It's gonna look like that. You won't be able to edit the plot at all. It's gonna be all official with the director and everything. If it shows up on IMDb as a new property and as a new movie, because essentially I don't think it's gonna be a director's cut. I think it's actually gonna be a new movie. Just gut feeling. So we'll have that. So, but in the meantime, yeah, don't get too excited about it. I'm sorry, it's not what you think it is, but it'll come. It will come. We're getting very, very close now to actually seeing the real Zack Snyder's Justice League, and get excited. Just get excited. It's I feel like it's coming this year. So anyway, we'll leave it at that. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.